Hi everyone, it's Joyce, Kiwi Scrapper in New Zealand, and I'm here today to share with you my newest fabric album. I think this might be my fourth fabric album that I've made. I haven't made one for, probably almost a year. So I wanted to make another one, but I didn't want to make it the same as the others that I'd made and the normal type of fabric album. I wanted to make something a little bit different. So one of the favourite things I've enjoyed making is corset wall hangings, and I've done 2 of them. So I decided to take that one step further. Sorry if the camera's moving because I've got it off the tripod and I'm tucking the straps of the camera out of the way. I decided to take that one step further and make a fabric album that was like a sampler book that a salesman might take round to the house of a young socialite or aristocratic lady who's going to get married. So these are kind of like bridal, the samples of bridal corsets that she might like to have. So without further ado, I'm going to put this on the table and start showing it to you. And the reason I'm holding this is because the corset itself is 11 inches, which is like 28 centimetres long. But once you've got all the frills and the skirts on, it comes to 17 inches, which is 43 centimetres long. So it's a bit too much to have a camera on the tripod. So here it is. I'm just going to be showing you down. This is the fastening. This is the front cover, the first one. Fastening, I've just fastened it on one side up here, and I've got this. It's not quite tulle, but it's similar to tulle. Came off a curtain, and then this lovely lace, which I think might have, I don't know. Anyway, that might have come from Irene, that lace. So here we are. This is the top of the front of the corset, the first corset, and around here, I'll try and hold this still. Around here we've got this beautiful creamy frill, which I frilled by hand to get fullness. And then we've got this beautiful trim here, which is a box pleated white with silver through it. Got a little doily on either side, which I'll cut out of a larger doily, and then another little doily underneath that. Sorry. So there's 2 doilies on top of each other, and then this pearlized flower here, which I bought from somewhere. Underneath here we've got this lovely bridal lace piece here, and that sort of comes from here and goes down here and comes up and goes down here and up there, and that is lovely. I got that from one of the Etsy shops. Over top of that I've put this lovely glass bead fringing. Oops, get that all straight, so straight as I can with one hand. There it is. The whole thing is covered. The corset is made, is padded just like you would with polyester, which is what you would with any normal fabric album, covered with unbleached calico, and then I've covered that with satin. Actually, here's a piece here because I made one too many by accident. So this is what it kind of like started off like. That little bit there. So each of those on either side is covered with that, and then over top of that there's lace, whatever I wanted the background. Here we've got this lovely trim here which is pleated with little pearls and a shimmery centre. We've got some wedding appliques on here. The buttons on this I've put down the front here with these little lace pieces, and then underneath we've got these little pieces, these little ceramic pieces here. That's on a oops, managed to get that caught in there. That's not supposed to be in there. I don't think. That's on a dangly bit there, sorry. There's another dangly bit there. Down here we've got these are wedding appliques, all shimmery. And here, over here, this is a handmade flower that I made myself with a lovely bling there, bling centre, and that's sitting on a white doily which I cut out of a bigger doily. We've got small doilies down here that I cut out, Got the little thing pieces there, which is on that little piece there. Another little doily here, and over here there's this beautiful luscious chiffon bow, which is made of the same fabric, chiffon fabric as this flower over here that I made. So we've got the chiffon flower, and in the centre of it I put this little crocheted butterfly. I think this one came from Donna Dreams 3 in a swap we did ages ago. And in the centre of that I put this lovely little ceramic rose, and it's sitting on these little dangles here. The little ceramic rose there comes from Irene, Seriously Scrapping, and that's from her shop on Zibbit. Now down here we've got this beautiful pearl trim, and that came from an Etsy shop, I can't remember which one. Beautiful. Then down here we've got more of this box pleating that I've got up to the top with the silver through it. Underneath that we've got a lovely big frill of this lovely cream lace that I hand frilled. And underneath that I've got a skirt. It's a box pleated piece of fabric, like it's not shawl but it's sort of like chiffon, which I took off a child's dress that I bought in the thrift shop. And here we've got dangly bits of underneath this. There's lace there, and I've put a beautiful trim. I've put that there, so that's all the way across there. So that makes up the skirt of that first one. And that first page has taken me almost 7 minutes to show you, so I think we're going to go into part 2. Definitely. Anyway, that's the overall with its skirt. Okay, so now we're going to go into the second page. I'm going to put this over here, and we're going to open that. And this is the second page. And the reason I only attached it at the top up here and not down here as well is because I want to be able to display the full skirt, which you can't do if I'd attached it. So this is the second corset. Again, this is the back of that lovely frill at the front. On the front corset we've got ribboned insertion ribbons here. Around here we've got this lovely applique which come off a bigger piece of lace, and that's another part of it down here. And I've just put pearls everywhere on the edges there. This is a lovely handmade flower I did, and I've got a doily underneath that came from Patricia in Belgium, Pat S, and a swap of ours. And then I've gathered this frill around it. I've put this, it's a square actually piece that I cut out of another bit of lace, and left the little dangly bits on it, and I've got that bling centre there. Down the centre here to act like buttons on the corset, I've got this beautiful organza trim with little pearls in it, and I got that locally off Trade Me. This is another piece, and this is another piece of that other lace that I cut. Beautiful pearlised luster. I've got pearls all over that, and then at the ends of it I've got sequins. I don't know whether you'll be able to see those sequins, but they're quite beautiful. They're pearlised, they shimmer away, and the same on the other side. Down here I've just made this, cut out this little doily, tiny doily piece, and then I've made this wee flower here, and I've put a little pearlised button centre in there. And coming down towards the skirt piece, I've got this lovely organza trim, and I've put these iridescent pearls in each flower centre there. There's a pearl trim here, and underneath that there's some very fine crochet lace. It's a vintage trim, a very, very delicate one. And then I've got this skirt here, which is lovely. It's like tulle and organza and ribbons and lace. Underneath I've got tiered soft organza, which is off a vintage piece, and that's the back of the other skirt for the front. So just going over that, or up that should I say, I'll just zoom out a bit. That's like that. Then we come up here. It's a lovely shimmery piece, this corset. And I'll just do some close-up. Put a bit more close-up there. I've got my husband David off sick from work today. He had some kind of asthma episode through the night. Well, just as we started to get into bed actually, and it sort of went through the night. So he's had to take a day off sick from work because he's not very perky this morning. His asthma is usually very well controlled. It wasn't when I first met David. His asthma was very poorly controlled, and he was always being rushed to hospital. And anyway, but now it is. So okay, so we're going to go on to the third one. My backing piece is all crumpling up. Here's the third one. Another lovely corset piece. Now remember, these are bridal corsets, so they're mainly done in creams and ivories and whites. We've got lovely box pleated with silver around here. We've got this lovely trim here, which is a chiffon with lace. Then I've put this lovely one here that was another it was a scalloped piece I had. Big bridal applique right across here, and that's got pearls over it. Down the front I've got for the opening at the front, because the laces were at the back, or the lace they pulled in, lacings. I've got this heavy crochet vintage trim that I've had in my stash. I got from an elderly friend when she passed away. This is this is like acting like the buttons. They've got pearlized blingy bits here, alternated with flat back pearls down there. Along here we've got lace. Over it all there's a backing of lace as well, but you can't see it, so I haven't mentioned it really. Over each of them they've got a different backing of lace over the satin. Then we've got a trim here, which is another lace scallop trim. And then over top of that we've got this crochet type of trim which goes over here, and then in the centre I put this ribbon which is all silver, got silver thing. On this down here, this scalloped applique, not applique, it's a scalloped lace edging all the way down here, and it's got sequins, pearlized sequins in it, so hopefully that's showing up. And then over top of that we've got yet another lace which you can't really see, and then over top of that there's that vintage crochet lace I told you about. So that's going down there. We come down here. Oops. I've put these cream ivory flowers, which are sort of chiffony flowers, interspersed with these little kansashi flowers in white satin with pearl centres. And I got those off eBay. Underneath that there's another trim which you can't really see very well, so I won't even bother talking about it. There's this other piece of double tiered organza, embroidered organza that goes right across the top there, and underneath that we've got this beautiful tulle, fine soft tulle with silver stars all over it, and that came off a child's dress as well that I got from a thrift shop. A little sort of one of those little princess type dresses. Under that I did this double frill of oh, that might be on the next one, I'm not sure. I think that's on the next one, so we won't worry about that. But it's quite good, you know, because if you're careful, the one that you put on the previous one can also act as part of the skirt for the next one. Clever, eh? And then around the edges here we've got all this nice organza frills there. So I'm going to take you over it, up it, over it. And I think this is all I'm going to get done. 3 in the 16 minutes. Wow. But there is a lot in each one. Let me take you a little bit closer. Make you see some more detail there. A lot of layering, but it's not bulky. Obviously I couldn't make it bulky. Apart from on the skirt, that can be a bit bulkier of course. But on the actual corset itself I had to keep the corset shape, so I couldn't put loads and loads of bulky layers on it. So I did layer, but I layered very carefully. Okay, now we might just have enough time to see the next one. So this is the next one. This is a lovely white bridal corset. Okay, so coming from the top here, I hope it doesn't cut out, there's this frill around here. We've got simple wedding appliques here with little pearls and sequins. Down the front I've put this frilled edging, boxed edging, and down the front of that I've got this beautiful trim interspersed with lovely iridescent flat back pearls. I've got this, this is the background of this one, which you can actually see on this corset. Double frills all around here. We've got more simple lace appliques here, going right the way around, coming down there to make the skirt. And then we've got the skirt itself, which is made up of a double frill, and a single frill at the top and a double frill that I've frilled myself of curtaining, sort of curtaining shawl stuff. So this is going to cut out in a minute, so I'm just going to take you over the lot of that and up it. That's right. It's going to cut out in a second. I'll see you later for part 2. Take you slowly over